Hi Seeker, welcome back to the Existential Shift. This will be your Gemini reading for this coming month. So, what have you been up to? Check out your last month's reading to make the connections and see things from a broader perspective. Normally, I start with the tarot and finish with an oracle, but this time I'd like to start for some reason with an animal spirit. Just to kind of set the tone. Just came up to my mind, so I'm listening. All right, so an animal spirit to start off the reading for my Geminis, please. These are general readings, so I don't know where it will lead to. But if you want to focus on love, the extended will for sure focus on love. It will be a special double pentagram spread that shows your side and your person's side and the togetherness side and all that jazzy side. Anyway, animal spirit for Geminis, please. And the Gemini seekers. Lamb. Okay, return to innocence. I'm getting like deep, soft emotions towards something. This could be a child. This could be someone you have deep affection towards, but it's very spiritual, soul-like. It's not, I don't think it's like sexual or partnership oriented. I think it could be a very close friend or someone that you just have a deep sensation of wanting to protect and help and make sure that they're okay kind of thing. A very, show me one more animal spirit. One more card, please. Two, I got two more. Okay, I'll take it. Mouse and bear. So, someone in your environment, you feel like you need to be there for them in some way. Tend to their possibly insecurity or need. Like, I'm seeing you as the bear in this reading. A very protective energy. Like keeping an eye on someone, but from a very loving space. Gemini, I feel like they're, whoever this is kind of really waking you up from a, from hibernation, like a bear. But it's spiritual. It's emotional. It's like they open up the portal to your chakras. Something about their naivety or natural connection to source in a way. They don't have to be a child. They can be an adult, but something about them that is something about their purity and innocence and authenticity that inspires something that you've kind of suppressed, Gemini. Almost awakens you in a way, and you feel a deep need to protect them from the world. Okay. Let's move on to the tarot for my Geminis for September. We'll see if it connects somehow to the reading further on. But it doesn't have to be. These are general readings. A lot of you guys are watching. If you don't resonate, feel free to watch your other placements, okay? All right. Energies for Gemini, please. Some of you guys are like, why are you so late? I'm sorry, it's just how it felt right. I always listen to how it feels right. The Fool, that's amazing. That is an amazing card to start with. The Fool is all and nothing, and it symbolizes complete freedom of restraint, of fear, of mechanism. It's like especially with connection to the animal spirit, I feel like something in you is really opening up to a new way of feeling the world Three of Swords. Some of you may have recently taken an emotional risk. Perhaps decided to put your heart on the line for the sake of something you believe in or that you feel like can have broad potential. And either you feel like it didn't go the way you've hoped or it created some sort of disappointment. But if it comes right after the Fool, you went all in from a very brave place. So I commend you to that for that. Tower. Okay, some of you have taken a risk. Maybe you didn't think things through. Maybe you wanted to feel the adrenaline, the sense of adventure, or maybe you had a childlike curiosity of, how it will turn out, and it didn't turn out. It didn't turn out really well. Something suffered from it, either a relationship or a friendship, or there's a sense of a broken trust. Someone wanted to feel free and do things their way, the way they wanted it, and they didn't think of the consequences. And now, we're free to make our choices, but we're not free of the consequences. Ever. It's butterfly effect. Everything we do creates something. So we can do anything, but the laws of physics will create a reaction. And we can't escape that reaction, that result, for whatever it is that we're doing. So if I'm catching you at the moment of about to taking a risk that might hurt someone or cause some sort of damage to a relationship, to a connection, to a job maybe, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you where it's going to lead it towards. So maybe you should kind of think it over one more time. Or 3 more times before you take that leap. On another note, this is something that can open up something that was really suppressed in you, like a situation that you kind of found yourself in, kind of opens up the, what beavers build, like the dams. Open up the dam that was suppressing that emotion or that heartache. And now it's all coming up into the surface and it feels like shit. But it's also healthy. Because energy doesn't go anywhere. You can't suppress it. It will only fester and get frustrated and find other ways of outlet, like passive-aggressive behavior or aggressiveness even, purely aggressiveness. Self-destruction sometimes. So whatever it is that we're feeling, we need to feel it in order to release it, transmute it, not ignore or deny it. From anger to sadness to disappointment, most especially grief. So maybe something like that is coming out right now for you, Gemini. 6 of Swords, and you're taking your leave of absence from it. You're just like, too much for me. I just want out. I'm just piecing out. 6 of Swords, taking like a time to reset, to reassess, to figure out what the next move should be. Sorry. There's also a sense of maybe some of you are feeling like you've lost some sort of freedom, some type of freedom or sensation of everything is open for you. And it's like you found yourself cornered in a way that you don't like. So you're just trying to go around it. It's almost like being caught in a, in the ocean when you get caught in a, I forgot how you call it. It's like a swirl, like bullet, where it grabs you and swirls and the water just kind of pull you in. So if you try to fight it straight up, you'll just drown. It will only take you out. But if you just let go and swim in a circle, like around it, That's how you, like, pretending to not fight it. I see you like trying to not face something directly, but kind of go around it and kind of avoid it in a way. I'm not sure if that's the technique that will work. It's just what I'm getting you doing. Four of Swords. I don't think it will. If that's the technique, I don't think it will serve you necessarily in this case. If you're taking a rest, if this is just like escaping a very difficult time or some sort of emotional disaster that you've experienced after taking a leap of faith, and that could be breaking to your hope. It's a very difficult place to be because you put in hope, you put in faith, and then it didn't work out. So that can break something within us. So I feel like some of you are trying to just take a rest and heal from it because it's too much to handle right now. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's like a complete halt on movement, almost like, okay, I need to take a major break to reassess what's going on here. What's going on, Gemini? What is this? Can you show me what this is about and advise how to move forward? Show me more, please, for Geminis. For September. We got this. Five of Pentacles. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so this is not an easy reading. Some of you are really going through it. You might have invested in something that turned out to not be what you thought, and you may have lost something of it. If it was an emotional investment, then you feel depleted. If it was a financial investment, then you may have you might be losing money. Some of you have lost a home, or you feel like you can't afford rent, or it could just be the sensation of, guys, if everything's okay and your finances are great and all that is great, then this is not your reading. Don't think it's like a doomsday forecast that tomorrow something horrible. No, this is something that you would know of. Okay, so you can stay and take the advice, and if you just want to know about love, then move to your extended, but feel free to watch your other placements, right? So, okay, I get it. Things are not fun, but what can we do to resolve this? Please give us advice and guidance. There is a financial loss. 10 of Swords in the reverse. There's a lesson that isn't learned here, Gemini. I feel like especially because we started with the Fool, I can't take the Fool to its expansive, spiritual, magical interpretation. I have to, in the face of all the cards with him, take him to the reckless, irresponsible that doesn't learn from experience and doesn't care of the consequences. Two very different things. I feel like some of you out there, or maybe someone you're involved with, Gemini, keep in mind you can reverse the roles, just out of a place of wanting to do what they want to do all the time, made yet again a mistake that they have done in the past, that they just didn't learn that it doesn't work for them, or that it doesn't work in general. 10 of Swords in the reverse is just a lesson that isn't learned and isn't released. If you don't hear it in the whisper, you'll hear it in the shout. It's not a punishment as much as like your higher self is trying to get you to understand that something that you've been doing isn't working. It keeps bringing you to the same destructive place where you feel like at a loss, that it's just not benefic for you. So hopefully the High Priestess, she kind of dropped from the bottom of the deck. So maybe this is an important spiritual lesson that you want to listen to that could be delivered by me. For example, I could be the one representing this High Priestess. This could be this video that you're watching. Or, and I'm going to say something tricky right now. So if you resonate with the aspect of, you know, you just want to be free and do whatever you want and take risks and all that, and that keeps leading you to doom. I mean, Three of Swords, the Tower, Five of Pentacles, Four of Swords. I mean, come on. Okay, I'm not gonna even try. But this is very important for you to listen, guys, because this will potentially shift that mechanism. So the reason you keep doing this, if this is you, the reason you keep doing this is because you feel that's your place of freedom of the spirit. It's actually the opposite. Freedom of spirit is not being afraid of the unknown. Being willing to transmute our mechanism and our how we were conditioned into knowledge, and gaining knowledge and power out of it, and just really be free to be. When we're aware, when we know ourselves, that's true freedom, because then we're not enslaved by our mechanism and by our conditioning. The thing that you kept doing didn't come from your sense of freedom. It came from fear of really knowing yourself, truly. You were much more comfortable in the definition of the self, of the free spirit that does what they want. You saw it as freedom, but the truth of the matter, it was just fear of growing up and taking responsibility for your life. Because when you own up to what you did and to the consequences, that means you are in charge of your life, of all of this. But when you just live free and take risks, and then, hey, whatever happened, it's just the will of the universe or the will of God, that's throwing away responsibility. That's not wanting to take responsibility. That is putting your responsibility onto God or the divine or the universe, however you want to refer to it. And it's not brave or strong. It's actually weak and timid. Bravery is taking responsibility for your own actions and understanding that you do have free choice within this mechanism, that I do believe in fate and in destiny, and I do believe in, you know, the soul has chosen to come here and learn certain things, but the soul chose its lessons, not the way you're going to go about it. It's like you chose the academy, right? You chose the school, you chose the classes, you chose the teacher. But it's up to you on whether or not you come on time to class, if you listen, if you study, if you take the exams, or if you just constantly bail, don't show up, and so on. And don't listen in class and disrespect your teachers. You know what I mean? So you being like, well, this is all destined, this is God's will, whatever it is that I did, the consequences are not on me. It's because I was led to do this, and then this consequence or result was led by the divine. No. You just fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to be that, you know, voice of truth, harsh truth, but you have to hear this because this has been a cycle. You are scared of your own power. You'd rather put it in the hands of a divine and then be completely out of responsibility. That's where it truly comes from. If you want real freedom, go within, understand how your clock ticks, why you do the things you do, and then you'll be able to completely change the course of your situation, of your life. You still love me? Sorry. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm saying this with love. I'm saying this because I know this will help you. Even if now you won't watch my videos for like 2 months just because it was too much. I do this for the sake of expanding consciousness. I would love it if you'll subscribe or if you'll remain subscribed, obviously, but that's not the point of this. So I have to say what I see. Okay, let's keep going for September. For Gemini. Another reversal. Great. Death in the reverse, right after the High Priestess. So we had the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Death card in the reverse. Let's look at this. Hello, cards. Runes. I also, at the end of the extended, I also pull out runes. I give a rune reading. Candle. Sorry. All right. Hades and Persephone, the rulers of the underworld, speaking of the unknown and fear of the unknown. It's not where evil lies. It's where all the mystery lies. It's where the ether lies. It's in the Greek mythology. It's where all the dead go to, good or bad. There's no differentiation. It's just another realm, even bigger than the realm of the living, which is what makes it so fascinating and terrifying at the same time. You have such a deep world inside of you, Gemini, that you are so scared of reaching into. But these lessons, these little deaths, aka disasters or heartaches or senses of loss, can be stopped if you don't use the philosophy of the fool, aka the freedom of the self, as an excuse to be reckless and irresponsible. I'm not saying you're reckless and irresponsible. I'm saying there are situations where you can be like that, and it comes from a place of wanting to prove your own freedom to yourself, but you're actually failing yourself because it doesn't come from freedom. Now, I'm telling you this so you will actually be free, because I know you care about that. This lesson will continue to come around until you reach in and to your own inner wisdom and being the priestess or the priest of your destiny. This is the academy you chose, right? This lifetime. Yes, that's the destined aspect of it. But how long will it take you to graduate? With what grade? And so on. That is free choice, completely up to you. So stop failing yourself. There it is. Thank you. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. The Torah of Tarot. The Rota of Tarot. Orat, the Torah of Ator. The Wheel of Life speaks the laws of love. Listen to your own deep, deep, deep mechanism of what makes you tick, which is the things that you love and the things that you fear, basically. These are the things that make us tick. The things that we love, the things that we fear. There is a massive shift in your consciousness in September. This is either triggered by the last straw. This is too much, too heavy. This specific lesson was or is currently. And you're like, I just want to shift that and I just don't want to feel that ever again. So I'm going to listen to Morgane and try to take responsibility for my choices. With whatever this is. This could be in specific one thing. This could be specifically in love life. This could specifically be in your career. It could be all kinds of things, right? This change might be triggered by the slam mouse that we've seen in the beginning. Some sort of energy that really inspires you. If you won't initiate or flow with the change will force itself. Swim with the oh my god, I forget the name of it. Darn. No, bullet. Swim with it, and then you will be freed. If you'll fight it, you'll drown. Not literally, not physically. One more card, please, for Gemini for September. Queen of Cups. There is someone in your life that truly inspires you, that, what's the word, almost mesmerizing you, teaches you. Listen to it. Allow yourself to go with the instincts and with the emotion to this unknown. It's a very scorpionic energy of feeling things all the way within yourself and within your relationships. This is the 3D version of the High Priestess, the Queen of Cups. It's a real shift in how you feel on the inside that will trigger changes on the outside, aka your exterior life. And you will super feel it by November. I'm getting that September you're still a little bit holding on, but it's up to you to decide to let go sooner. Holding on to the mechanism, I mean. And winds of change are coming, and you will really feel it by November. Again, it could be sooner, depends on you. I have an online tarot masterclass where I pre-recorded video for each card, where I speak deeper on the interpretation of each card in a reading. If you want to learn how to become a Tarochi, I recommend the buy all option and take all the 90 classes. But I started doing something new that you guys seem to like, because you can purchase the classes separately. You can just choose the individual classes that you want. So I'm picking, based off the energies, I'm going to choose Wheel of Fortune, Death, and High Priestess. And you know what? Also the Fool. Hell, let's just do it all major arcanas. For the energy that you want to learn about for September, it could be beneficial for you to learn about. And I'm going to link specifically these classes in the information box. Okay? You don't have to take all the classes. You can just take these specific ones. Up to you. So speaking of, in the information box, you will have the link to the Extended for Love double pentagram spread that I will do right now. We'll focus on this month, you and your person, and person of interest. It's funny. And the Extended 2019 Ministers of Magic, which is the yearly extended. We still have 4 more months to go. You have a way of booking a private reading with me, guys. If you want to book a reading, if you have PayPal, wherever you are in the world, we can talk. What else? Tarot Masterclass, obviously. It's on Vimeo. And that's it. I'm on Instagram. Guys, feel free to join me over there. It's the Existential Shift. This was a pleasure. I hope this helped. Good changes are coming. You will feel like your luck is completely turned, but you will have to help it generate itself for it to be more flowing and easier. Okay? So I'm going to move to your extended right now. Okay, guys, I love you. And I'll see you in October. Bye.